Hello, everybody, and welcome back. I'm Countdown Kevin, and today we are going to be wrapping up Resident Evil 6. What a journey it has been. Let me tell you, we've had highs, we've had lows, we've had some funny moments, we've had some action-filled moments. We've had moments where I felt like this game is something more than everyone else has described it to be. And we've had moments that I've thought that it's less than anything anyone has ever described it to be, shallow and very empty, very just hard to put into words, unlike the rest of the Resident Evil series. And we always knew that this was the redheaded stepchild, but boy, are we really feeling it. And that isn't to say that it's all been all bad, because it's an experience, and there's no such thing as bad experiences. There's just experiences. And so today we're going to allow ourselves to really take in and feel this game, because we are coming to the end here, and I think this game deserves to be experienced in its entirety and without any sort of predispositions. So here we go, segueing into Resident Evil 6. We're going to be wrapping up Ada Wong's story today, hopefully. I aim to do it, even if we have to go a little bit over the time that we usually spend on these streams. Currently, we are in the underground lab of Ada's section, which I believe is going to lead directly into a big story beat here. We're going to learn something new about Ada. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into this thing here. All right. I hope everyone is doing well. And let's enjoy this. Let's experience Resident Evil 6 the way it's meant to be experienced, right? Okay. Okay, so the last thing we did, we wrapped up taking care of oh geez. Right out the gate getting our ass whooped by big boy over here. We wrapped up by taking out Helena's sister. Speaking of taking out, I don't know that I can take this guy out. Which, I gotta be honest, for those boss battles, it's a little bit conflicting because it's super hypersexualized, and it's kind of like, okay, what are you doing here, Capcom? Stop being so damn thirsty, okay?
First order of business, finding a key.
We gotta get a key. Okay, it's in here. If you watch the previous stream, yeah, we're doing this all over again. Sorry. I kind of ended in an awkward spot. And the game will do that to you, unfortunately. They'll kind of make you go back and, if you didn't end, like, in a proper spot, you kind of have to backtrack and play a little bit. I've noticed that a few times, actually. There we go. Up and out. Oh shit, another big boy.
Tell me you didn't jump down that chute.
Okay, now memory serves me right. We're gonna have to take out something, I think. Here. Yeah, there we go. Okay. I don't know that it's worth the skill points at this point. We're already almost done with the game. So I really shouldn't be trying to kill anything I don't have to. Is he out of breath? Okay. It's kind of a funny guy. Okay. Oh, speaking of skill points, look at that. They just gave us 4,000. Right at the end here. But then again, we do have a couple of chapters that we still got to clear out. So... Oh my goodness. What the hell? Oh, jeez. Okay. Okay, wow. I'm just getting it from both ends now. Okay. We're out. We're out of here. Okay, I botched that. I know they're behind me, so I'm just gonna keep it going. Get me out. Alright, here we go. So this is basically where we left off last time. Okay. Alright, bunch of skill points. Thanks. Let me just be locked and loaded here. We got 9 explosive rounds. We'll start there and switch to arrows if we have to. You know, I'm gonna be, I gotta be completely transparent here. I don't think that I've given, let's see this thing bursting out. It's pretty cool. I don't think I've been completely fair with, how this game is meant to be played and enjoyed. I think maybe I was expecting it to be something that it's not. And that's kind of the biggest mistake playing this game. Is to expect it to be something different. Once you embrace it for what it is, it's not so bad. Shit. That being said, it's not a perfect game. I think there have been a lot of moments where it's gotten me really frustrated. I think a lot of that really, it comes down to the partner aspect of it, because playing Ada Wong solo mission is actually pretty fun. If they had just focused on single player campaigns, this might have been a better experience overall. But I think they, I strongly feel that the relation here is that they did very well with sales for Resident Evil 5. And so, you know, if it's not broken, don't fix it kind of thing. So I'm sure they felt like they were onto something with those sales, you know. I'm sure they felt like they were doing something right, and so they just doubled down on it. Because that's what this game really is it's kind of doubling and tripling down on everything that they felt worked with Resident Evil 5 and where the series overall was headed. I think in retrospect, a lot of fans feel like they missed the mark, but I'm pretty sure Capcom was proud of whatever when they put this out. Okay, I think we've gained access to the facility now. Here we go. And, you know, I had a major epiphany as a streamer. I had to take some reflection because I wasn't quite enjoying the experience of Resident Evil 6, and I think I was making the mistake of really just wanting it to be something that it's not. And that's not what experiences are about. You know, if like, let's say, for example, you're watching a live band and perhaps they're not performing all too well. Well, you just have to kind of experience that that's the performance that they had that day. And you're there at the festival, right? You're with your friends. You're still going to enjoy the experience, even if the band's not playing good. Now, if you choose to have a bad experience just because the band is playing bad, that's on you. And that's kind of what I've come to realize with Resident Evil 6 is that although the game itself is maybe not perfect, me not enjoying the game is completely my choice. And so from now on, I've made a pact with myself to play games with the intent of taking in the experience fully. So, here we go. Happy birthday, Ada Wong. C-virus experiment. Ada's probably like, what the hell is this?
Looks just like me. No wonder Leon is confused.
She knows.
Enjoy the show.
Yes, it was quite revealing.
How do you mean?
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't it you on this tape, Ada? You're the one behind Neo Umbrella. Don't know what you're talking about. Simmons would never be foolish enough to show his cards. He and his family want one thing: to stabilize and sustain the system they've created. But you want to destroy it. And the world will blame you.
Wow. Plot twist.
If she wants a game, she'll get one. With
Imposter
Maria
Ada.
Wong.
Wow. You know, I completely forgot about this, honestly.
Who is this?
An old friend, Simmons. Ada Wong.
Ada.
The real
Let's
Simmons.
take the please and get right to it. That little doppelganger you brewed up just told me she has her heart set on destroying the world.
What?
Looks like the race is on. Let's see who comes in first.
Things just got way more complicated. Well, look at that. We got ourselves a little plot twist here. Hey, that accuracy is pretty good there. It's probably some of the best accuracy I've had this whole game. 73%, huh? Somehow I still got a rank B, though. I probably took too long in this chapter. I don't see that we have enough for any of the upgrades I would like. We're probably going to come across some Javo on the next chapter, possibly. Yeah, we would have to, because at some point we do end up in China. I think we're good, honestly. The only upgrades I would want are way too expensive, so... that's a shame for this game. Oh, but you know what, though? I bet you get more skill points on the higher difficulties. That's gotta be what that is. We'll just keep what we got. Alright, so we're headed into chapter 3 now. There we go, we're in China.
HQ, this is Alpha Leader. I need a location on Ada Wong.
This is HQ. We've got the location for you. Ada Wong has left the city and is heading south for the harbor.
I'm right behind him. That's funny.
Repeat. Ada Wong is heading south for the harbor.
You're throwing a party for me. I'm not even there yet.
And I think also too, a lot of my frustrations with this game were kind of getting in the way of the gameplay. In the sense that, like, I may have spent a little bit too much energy griping about the game and not enough just kind of experiencing it. I'm telling you, I've had a lot of time to reflect on Resident Evil 6 and just this whole Countdown series in the direction I want to go with live streaming, and I gotta say, this has been like a very eye-opening experience. Because I had to sit and think, it's like, you know, if I'm playing through a game that I'm not enjoying, what's the point? Like, why would I live stream something that I'm not going to enjoy? And so it became a question of, well, what part am I playing in the enjoyment of the game? Am I even trying to enjoy the game? Or am I just, again, spending more time just trying to find things that I don't like about the game? It's a horrible way to experience anything, honestly. And it does affect your gameplay, you know? You'll make more mistakes, and you won't be, like, as tuned into the game as you should be. And that in itself could have you feeling like the game is bad when really it's just you. And by you, I mean me. Self-reflection is really important.
Kind of soldiers I saw in the sub.
Can I go this way? No. I gotta go this way. Because I think my biggest gripe with this game has always been ammo. Not having enough. Or them giving you the wrong types, you know? But I think it comes down to adaptability and working with what they give you. Because you will get more rounds of whatever you're after. Like they don't keep it from you forever. If you kill enough enemies, eventually you get it back. So I think ultimately what live streaming is for me, now that I've been doing this for like 6 months, it's a way to document my personal experience with the game. And so my goal going forward is to present the experience to you in the most authentic way possible. Because that's how people get a taste or a feel for what the game is and whether or not they themselves would want to enjoy it. Check it out for themselves. Don't trip, Ada. So now I feel...
Enjoy a night on the town.
now I feel really dialed in. And it's great. It's a good place to be. And now that I understand my purpose, I can play these games a lot more intentionally. That's not to say that I haven't played most of these games intentionally. I had to kind of go back and think, what was the difference between the other games I was playing versus this one? And ultimately it came down to experience, and that's where the topic of experience even came up for me. When I reflected and thought, well, if I was enjoying RE1 through 4 and Requiem was amazing. So much so that I'm even thinking about playing it again on the hardest difficulty. I think it's Insanity. I'm not sure what it's called, but if I was really enjoying those games and I'm not enjoying this one, that's the difference. That's what made it so hard for me to want to go back online and do another stream. So once I let that go and made the conscious decision to enjoy it, I think it's working, honestly. It's a little early, but... dead end. There we go. Show yourself. Oh no. Transformation. Oh no. I hate these ones. These ones suck so bad. Did I kill it? There we go. No? Yeah, these are by far the worst enemies in the game. I hate them so much. It's because they keep knocking you over. They don't really deal that much damage, but it's just like pain in the ass to take these guys out. Truly. I'm noticing that with the crossbow, the key to it is accuracy, because you really only have one shot that you can take at a time, and then you have to reload. So making sure you land that shot is really important with this weapon. It's a good weapon, but you really have to hit the mark. We got another one of those slithery things. Ugh. There we go. Okay, I see him up there. Up top. That's gonna be a pain in the ass. Oh, that's the other thing too, is they're freaking fast. So they're really hard to take out. And then when they're right in front of you, they stun you. So it's like really painful to try to take those guys on. Another transformation. What I need is some shotgun bullets really bad. Is there two of them? Good God, there's two. Shit. Okay, can I just like move on without taking these guys out? Because that would be ideal for me. Just get out of here. Where's the exit? Can I hop over? Yes. Get me out of here. Yeah, there we go. I wasn't about to take those guys on. No way. No way. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Oh, what do we have here? Oh no. Oh no. No, 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 no. Okay, so we're running. As long as we don't have to fight it.
Chainsaw, huh? How elegant.
Mm-hmm. Come on, Ada. Let's go. Oh, shit. That was close. Go, Ada, go. So yeah, I think, oh shit. This guy. Oh wow. Nice. There we go. So I dealt with him by not dealing with him. That's nice. Yeah, this game is much more elevated now that I'm doing what is equivalent to like a single player experience. I think perhaps between Resident Evil 5 and this game, it's meant to be enjoyed with a partner. I really do think that. And that's unfortunate because the entire series really has largely been about single player experiences. So, you know, it's a little bit of a risk for them to kind of step away from that. And I have to keep going back to the sales, though. You go back to the sales, and it's no mystery as to why they doubled down on it, you know? Again, it doesn't make much sense for those of us who enjoy these games just on their own. Yeah, all I can say is it's a shame that the whole game wasn't like this. You know what they could have benefited from? If they would have, and I mean, obviously, retrospect is always 2020, right? But this game would have certainly benefited from having more single-player campaigns. Like, even if you had to, shorten each player's campaign.
Look at this mess. The whole world's gone mad.
You know, like, I could imagine instead of, like, each campaign taking 6 hours, just do, like, maybe, like, 4 3-hour campaigns. And one campaign where you have partners. So, like, and make that one the longest one. So, like, you could have done, like, 4 single-player campaigns, including Ada's, and then one double-player campaign that's, like, 4 hours long or 5 hours long, and make that kind of like the, like, reverse it and make that one, the one that you maybe do at the end or something. I don't know. I understand what they were going for, but it just... I can't get past how much better this game is with just Ada Wong. Like, it actually works as a single-player experience with just Ada Wong. I guess I'm wanting more of that. Oh. He flipped it on me. Okay, I got the key. Oh God. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, he's got the key on his chainsaw. Damn. How did that happen?
Nice. You shouldn't take things that don't belong to you.
Are there more zombies coming? There are. He's taking them out for me. Look at that. What a nice guy. Thanks. Mm-hmm. That went fast. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh. Okay, this is a little bit of a challenge here. Okay. Oh shit. Nope. Nope. Okay. 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 Hmm. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I panicked. I panicked. Okay. Okay. We're good. Damn, there's so many zombies. Here we go. Where's he at? Can I climb up here? It's a good place to be for now. Is he gonna jump up? There we go. Bastard. Alright. May as well get this ammo here. She's trying real hard. Look at her. Come on. Oh, you almost got it. Oh, there you go. Oh, okay. Look at her just crawling around. Come on. Alright, enough is enough. Oh. She flipped it on me. They love to do that. Okay, bye-bye. Give me my ammo. Or something. Nothing? Wow. Cheapskates. Whatever. Alright. Moving on. Okay. Double decker. No. No. Oh. Okay, I don't know what I'm supposed to do there. Okay, we get it. She's dead. Damn. Okay, whatever, dude.
How did you come halfway around the planet to play games?
Oh, supposed to exit? What was that? Oh, there. Huh? Oh, I see. Okay. So no shooting involved in that segment. Just dodging.
Alright, fine. I guess I could spare a few more minutes for you.
Okay. I need more ammo. Okay. There we go. Whew. Nailing those quick times. But barely. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. See, how was I supposed to know that was right there? That's a little shitty. Okay. You're gonna have to try harder than that, bozo. Nice, they gave us another grenade. Okay. How about an incendiary?
Alpha to HQ. We got a visual on Ada Wong. We're in pursuit. This is HQ.
So they think
Ada Wong has been spotted moving down the canal.
it's the imposter.
Charlie and Delta teams form a perimeter.
Spoiler
around the
alert.
shack. Repeat. Ada Wong has been spotted on the canal.
Well, guess I'm heading for the canal. I'm tired of playing cat and mouse.
Nice. Later. Of course, that wouldn't be the last time we'd ever see him. Wow.
Almost there. Can't wait to meet this mysterious doppelganger of mine.
Mm-hmm. That should be a fun little reunion. Actually, a reunion would be if they had already met, so.
Boy, somebody really wants this world to burn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're a doppelganger. Am I going this way? Okay. Ada Wong's pretty badass with that hook shot, I gotta say. They made that one kind of hard to hit, huh? Oh, is this like the maze building where I got lost with Chris? I think it is. My favorite building. Yay. I think this has the invisible creature thing. I don't want to face that. But I will if I have to.
Sherry Birkin. And he must be the host of the C-virus antibody. Looks like they're not alone. Guess the rookies could use some help. I suppose I should return the kindness their parents showed to me. This is as good a time as any.
Do I get more ammo for this? No. Okay. Here we go. Now we're talking. Shit. Shit.
Why is it that nothing stays dead anymore?
No, I can't really get to it from here. They're not giving me the best angle to shoot from here. There we go.
I hope that's the last I have to see of him. Huh. West Virginia. It's not easy working with the good guys, is it? Someone's coming back for more. These things are so hard to kill. I think we've all had enough of you.
Interesting to see things playing out from this side. Ada's side. All this quietly going on behind the scenes.
Used to be in pretty hot water if I wasn't around.
Worst boat ride since the Titanic.
Time to save the day again. Poor little Sherry. All the monsters love to chase you.
Saving the day again. Okay. You're welcome.
This is Piers Nivens. Ada Wong is moving south towards the military port. Advising all personnel to be on the alert.
It's like a Raccoon City reunion. Catch you
Ain't
two
that the
later.
thesis of the game? Raccoon City Reunion. That sums up the game pretty nicely. So I guess it turns out that Ada Wong is the glue that kind of pieces all the stories together. Although the other three campaigns do,
That's the way to travel.
they do interweave. It's not as coherent as when you're playing as Ada and you're seeing how all the pieces connect. So they just decided to go a different route with the storytelling in this game. Okay, we're done with chapter 3. That was fast. That was a 40-minute campaign, or a 40-minute chapter, I should say. Not bad, we're making good time. So we're on to chapter 4 now. I still don't have enough for another upgrade. So we're gonna keep moving here. Okay. Good. Fun. Here we go.
wish you would stop running. We have so much to talk about.
Okay, we're back to this again, the stealth. I think we can handle it this time around. It was a little bit jarring the first time. But I think we got this. We're just gonna go slow. Take our time. There we go. Just kicking ass, taking names. Is this some sort of a... Oh, yeah, okay.
Really? 3 separate passcodes? Can't get in without 3 passcodes.
Okay, we gotta find our passcodes. Let's do it. Oh, he's already dead. What is going on?
Thanks for the passcode. 2 more and I'm in.
Shit, you're kidding me. And we got this bastard to deal with too? God. Run for cover. Hate this. Oh no. Oh no. God. Oh no. Okay, get some space here. This is getting sloppy. Oh God. What's going on? Can't see. Let's go this way. Yeah, this is the same vessel that Chris and Piers were on. I think. It seems like it's the same. I think this is before, though. Before they ever got on. Looks like we got a weapon coming up here. And what are they gifting us? Okay. What's this? Okay, skill points. And Bear Commander, huh? Ooh. Okay, I think we got an automatic weapon here. Oh yeah, this is the one we can switch between grenade rounds and... I should say, yeah, grenade rounds, right? That's what these are. It's a grenade launcher slash machine gun. Which I didn't find out. It's funny enough, I spent so much time, I think it was, oh yeah, it was Sherry and Jake's campaign, not knowing that you can toggle between the two different types of weapon. I was so pissed when I found out. It's like, this whole time, oh my god. That would have changed the game for me. Alright. Being followed. Oh no.
Let's see how you handle fire.
What am I supposed to do here? Okay. I think I was just supposed to survive. Shit. See, I wanted to toggle between... Okay. There we go. Shit. Stop laughing at me. Bastard. He was kind of laughing like, what was it, what's his name? The Tool Man? What's his name? Oh gosh, why am I drawing a blank? The guy who plays Buzz Lightyear in, Toy Story. Tim Allen. Oh, 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 oh. That's what he was doing. Oh, oh, oh.
Just one more and I'm golden.
Okay, last one. Last one. I'm assuming some of these are nothing burgers. Oh no. No, we don't want that. Just keep it moving here. There we go. Okay, where's that last key? Gotta find it. Where you at? Okay. Close. It's in here. Yep. Got it. Seriously? Now what? Gotta whoop some ass or what? Oh! I'm just running right past him. Oh, you're the one I want. There's so much going on right now. This is crazy.
That's fun. Almost too easy.
Almost. Or how about just difficult enough?
Huh. Locked from the other side.
Here we go. This way. This way. Okay, that way. Keep going. All right. Access granted. Okay.
Ugh, can't a girl get 2 seconds to herself around here?
Seriously.
Can you feel it spreading through your body yet? I'm
Hmm.
giving you exactly what you gave me, Simmons.
Oh, there's my evil twin.
At first, you'll be afraid, but don't worry. You're just becoming the monster you always were. You and everyone else on the planet. You and your family may have shaped the world into what it is today, but starting tomorrow, it's all going to change.
What the hell did Simmons do to you?
Yeah, that's some dark shit. And to think that, like, we're led to believe that was Ada originally. You would think, wow, that's some... It's pretty bad that she would do something like that to somebody. I mean, Ada's always been kind of an anti-hero, but she's not evil,
Wonder what
that's for
will
sure.
create this doppelganger of mine.
Hopefully soon, Ada. We'd all like to meet her. Okay. Oh, there's Chris and Piers. Wrong Ada. You don't want this one.
You're barking up the wrong tree. No time to explain, though. I'd rather avoid these guys. Wonder if there's another way.
Perhaps.
I prefer to stay out of the spotlight.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Wow. This is like the worst case scenario here. This is pretty bad. It's gonna follow me all the way. Well, I guess that wasn't too bad.
Thanks for keeping him busy, fellas. I'll see you around.
There I was, messing around. And here Ada was just sneaking around. She's like a cat burglar. She's like Catwoman adjacent. I love it. I think Ada Wong might be like actually one of my favorite characters in the whole series. She's just so mysterious. And a badass. What more could you want? I mean, so it's obviously her and Leon tie for the best characters. Oh gosh, not you. Shit. I love the music for this. This is great. It sets the tone perfectly.
More searchlights, huh?
I suck at this, man. Holy shit. Go, 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 go. Obviously, sneaking around is not my strong suit. Okay. Okay. At least I'm decent at running away. Okay. Shit. Get up, Ada. I need a shotgun really bad. Just get out of here. That works. I don't think I've ever encountered this enemy.
Like cockroaches.
Oh, it's the spider thing. They are like cockroaches, aren't they? That's kind of a more... That's a better descriptor. Cockroaches. She's making sounds like she's hurting. I wonder why. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
No, that's not good enough. That's not Ada Wong. Why won't it work?
Combine the DNA sequence with the cocoon's biostructure.
Find another subject.
Use Carla for the next pass. She's a close match. Be careful what you say around her.
I don't want her catching on.
Yes,
Yes, this is it.
she may have left me, but now I have her back.
Happy birthday, Ada Wong.
Now I get it.
Oh. Oh. So much for meeting her, huh? I remember when that happened. The sample's right there. We gotta get it.
Alpha Team, this is HQ. We've confirmed that Wong was telling the truth. There's a fully armed aircraft carrier in open water not far from your location. Satellite imaging indicates they're getting ready to fire missiles on the mainland. It's imperative that you stop them from launching even a single one.
Copy that, HQ.
I don't condone your actions, Carla.
I should have waited for that. I didn't know she was gonna talk. I guess we'll never know what she was gonna say. Oh well.
Your hatred for Simmons drove you to tear down the world they created. But it was your conscience, Carla, that saw you fail. After all, isn't that why you brought me into this? It's a shame. If you had only sought vengeance against Simmons alone, I would have helped you.
Uh-oh. Oh. Good lord. What's happening here? She must have taken that vaccine.
Get over yourself. Help me?
I'm the real Ada Wong. I don't need help from anyone. My plans aren't failing. They're thriving.
Uh-oh.
And soon,
Hmm?
this frail shell of a society will collapse.
Hmm.
After that, you know what will be left of this world? Nothing! Hell will rise, and chaos will reign!
Oh. And there she goes.
And I,
Huh?
will be queen of the new world.
Ooh.
Hate to break it to you, but you're nothing but a cheap knockoff. At best.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Carla.
Is that the end of the chapter? There's more to tell. I thought that would be way too soon to be done with that chapter. Yeah, okay.
She must have injected herself with a powerful dose of the C virus.
At some point I might, actually I probably won't, but there's a bunch of files that I think I've unlocked from destroying all those little emblems. Be interested to see what they say. Oh. Okay. So much for that. Oh. What the? Okay. I guess run. I guess I'm supposed to run. Okay.
She must have injected herself with a powerful dose of the C virus.
Did I do this again? Okay. Run this time. Yeah, there's a corridor I can run down. There we go. There's a lot of fleeing in this campaign. Ouch. Did I just shoot it? She thinks she's Ada Wong. And that's sad. She's definitely not. What the hell? This is creepy as hell. Oh shit. Let me go. Oh no. Out of the way. Ugh. This is too much. Can't handle it. It's disorienting. Oh, there's another one. Get me out of here. Oh. Oh god. Oh god. Okay. Whew. There we go. I was like, switch weapons? What's it gonna take? Okay. Gotten really good at that quick time event. That particular one. At first I was failing so hard on those. Okay. Great.
So big, and yet so emotional. It's time for you to shut up, Carla.
Shit. Come on, come on, come on. Jesus. Oh, come on. All right. It's a little cheap. We'll play by your rules. That's fine. Cheap or not, we're gonna get through it. Okay. There we go.
So big, and yet so emotional. It's time for you to shut up.
You wish. Fuck, man. There we go.
You tried so hard to destroy the world. Now you've destroyed your body. Hope this is what you want.
Yeah. I hope it's what you wanted, bitch. No going back now. She's made her choice and it's very permanent. That's what I think every time these transformations take place. Later.
I'll let them clean up Carla's mess.
Oh, that's what that was.
While I take care of Simmons.
During the Chris fight. With the air fight. That's okay, there we go. That all makes sense now. So Chris and Pierce take care of that in their campaign. Oh, look at this. End of chapter 4, you guys. We're almost done. This is great. Oh my goodness. Look at that. 74% accuracy. I got an S rank on that, guys. Only 2 deaths. Not bad. We went through it swiftly. 36 minutes. I think that's the fastest campaign we've ever done. Best accuracy. Gotta love it. We're good here. Wow. I can't believe it. Here we go. Here we go. Final chapter. Resident Evil 6. This is great. Tachi, China. Done for.
She wasn't joking about raising hell.
No, ma'am. Her fate is sealed, and so is the fate of China.
Leon! It's...
Ada, thought she was dead.
Let's move while we can.
Shit! There's too many of them!
I'm beginning to feel like your personal bodyguard, Mr. Kennedy. Leon! That way!
I do think it was interesting though that they changed it up and made it so that
Even Simmons wasn't this sloppy.
Helena, this way!
so that Leon and Helena were both like healthy and on their feet.
This sucks!
We'll get through this. We've got to.
Oh, I can move this part around. Okay. Here we go. Yeah, I get it.
You're on your own now, you two.
They wanted the intro to feel more dire, I suppose. They could have maybe chosen like a different prelude to use.
Huh. Getting a little crowded up here. Somebody ought to tell them my boss is retired.
Okay, I got 3 more missiles left. I'm gonna save them.
They're getting desperate. You really didn't want me to get into this tournament, did you, Carla?
Like, why is Ada's campaign so much better than the other ones? Like, this campaign is awesome.
That's a nice model. Wouldn't mind one of those for myself.
Like, legit, if the whole game was like this, it would have worked so much better. It's crazy.
This is getting
Oh, shit. I think I might want to just, use all the missiles on that last one. If I can.
That's a nice model. Wouldn't mind one of those for myself. This is getting
Here we go.
all style, no substance. Typical. I've wasted enough time here. Better get to the tavern.
I have thoughts and I'll save them for the end here. I'm gonna save them for the end. Yeah, interesting. I'm enjoying it though. I'm genuinely enjoying this. It's good. Here we go. Mutated Simmons.
Back for more.
I know what you did. Ada! You disobeyed me. You took Wesker's son away! Use that bastard's blood to make the virus stronger!
That's what you get for trusting Ada Wong.
And by that, she means the other one.
Wish you were here, Carla.
Okay, just how many hits does this thing take? I remember this was kind of a fun boss battle
Show's over.
with Leon. I don't think it's as fun from up here. Nice try, Simmons. You have to do better than that.
This is what you get for playing with the sea virus.
There we go.
Get in.
Glad to see you safe. Speed up!
Going as fast as I can.
Shit. That didn't work.
Here he comes. Get ready. Unload on that fucking bastard.
Okay, was that supposed to happen? I think so. Yeah, that did happen in the game. Okay.
I think we pitched the ball.
Stay focused. We can take him. He's angry now.
I love that backflip that the Dino Simmons does. It's kind of cool. Uh-oh. He's got a car in his mouth. Oh no. Ha ha ha. Missed. Sucker.
Can't see us. Found us.
He's coming!
Oh shit. He got me that time. He got me that time. Yeah, it's interesting. In the Leon version, you just whoop his ass. Do a bunch of melee shit. And in this, you're just shooting him.
See how you like this.
If that won't stop me.
Oh, he's gonna throw the car. Oh no. Okay. Backflip. Dino flip. Oh no, not another car. Aye. Ouch. That hurt me. I'm still alive. I think I'm supposed to get the eye, but it doesn't reveal it too often. There we go. Shit. Come on. Reveal the eye. There we go. Found just what I was looking for. A barrel. I remember he did this quite a few times before he was dead. So we'll probably have to do it at least one more time. All said and done. Here comes another car. If only we had one more barrel. There might be one somewhere around here. A missile would be nice too. I missed twice on that. That sucks. There we go. Okay. Is he gonna kill him? Come on, Leon. Finish him.
Can't stay out of trouble, can you, Leon? And always one step behind.
And that's the end of the game. It can't be. Suspense is killing me. What's going on here? Okay, saving.
You and Paula have left a lot of misery in your wake, Simmons. I'm gonna make sure it all ends. Maybe I can at least buy these people some time. Where's We've all seen enough senseless death for one day.
There we go. Oh, more people to save. Ah. And that explains how that got there. Okay.
I hope they've got insurance. I'd like to do more. I really would. Periodic run-out is an option. Excuse me, I'm trying to land here.
Jay, can I land now? No? Okay. Ooh, am I gonna get back on foot again? Was in that chopper for a while. Haha, little kissy mark.
Now,
Kissy.
time to clean up the last of Simmons' mess.
Not before I clean up all these weapons or these bullets. Oh, I'm gonna get these. Yeah, there we go. Oh, come down here and get this. Yes. Yes, of course. Gotta get the goods. And more explosive rounds, yes. Yes, yes, yes. All the stuff. Even you, down here. Mm-hmm. Gimme, 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 gimme. Okay. That. Reload that. Switch gears. And ooh, look at that. Nice. 19 explosive rounds, huh? I'll take it. Okay. Here we go.
Okay, last item on the list. Eliminate all traces of the theft of my identity.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, so we're going in the building. Probably to do something very specific here. Destroy the evidence.
Leon, ever the survivor. Oh well. No rest for the weary. Perfect. Back for more? You really are a glutton for punishment.
Shit. How does he have his normal speaking voice while he's transformed like that? Are y'all just gonna stand there and watch me get pummeled or what? Oh, I thought you guys were Leon and what's her face? Helena. More zombies.
Let's get this straight. I'm not your little doll. In fact, the
Ow.
only thing I have in common with her is hatred for you. Appreciate the gesture, but I'm not.
Well, at least I've reached a checkpoint. He's still talking? That's the worst time to get that. Not fair. There we go.
Ada, you can hear me. Shoot him now. He's out to carry the competition.
Make sure there's no one behind me. Okay. We're good.
Elena, cover me.
Leon to the rescue. All right. Let's go, buddy.
Can you hear me? Don't let it end like this.
Never. Oh, look at him switching guns. That's cool. Never.
Not if I can help it. Come on, wake up. If you're really Ada, I know you can pull through this. We both can.
I like the angle we're given here. Oh.
I was just resting my eyes.
Shouldn't sleep on the job.
In case you haven't noticed, Simmons doesn't take protection.
Is there some backstory I should know here?
Nothing worthwhile.
Ow. Shit. I'm out of everything. Here we go. Boom, baby. Take that. He faked me out. Shit. Oh. I do have one of these. Okay. Uh-oh. Leon. Oh no.
I'll pass.
Can't always get what you want, Simmons. Let's call this closure. You really
There we go. I just spilled my water. It's fine. That's how excited I was. It's just water.
So cute. You're really confused by all this, aren't you, Leon? It's kind of fun to watch.
She does that. And now she's gone. Deuces. Okay, what is this? Tie up loose ends, huh?
So, this is where Carla did her experiments, huh?
Oh, I wonder what we're gonna learn.
Another failure. Bring me another subject. Why do you think we had this lab built here in the first place? Just go outside. There's thousands of subjects to choose from. Tell Simmons that we're busy. I'm on the verge of solving this. Are you refusing my orders?
Interesting. Another clone?
Beyond sympathy at this point. We're beyond humanity.
All the research destroyed. Everything gone.
A job, huh? Sure. My schedule just cleared.
Okay. We did it. You guys, we did it. We got through Resident Evil 6. Ooh, okay, what an accomplishment. Well, I am feeling fantastic right now. Because, look, it's no secret that this is the roughest game in the whole series. Everybody knows that. And, I think I've gone through this game has been an emotional roller coaster. I'll tell you that. I've gone from optimistic to head scratching a little bit to questioning the quality of the game to then catching like a second, I think somewhere around like mid Chris campaign, I caught it like a second wind. And then I had to collect my thoughts to wrap up this game because I had been through so much. And it was mostly negative experiences, I think, because I probably just didn't have the right mindset for this game and the right patience. But also because I didn't have a partner. So I think that's the first thing I want to talk about, is that these games, both Resident Evil 5 and Resident Evil 6, are meant to be played with other people. Like, hands down, guaranteed, like 100%, that's what's going to make it better, is if you play with somebody else. Okay? That being said, the Ada Wong campaign is the strongest campaign in the whole game because it's a single player experience. So my thoughts are that this game would have worked so much better if it had just been single player experiences throughout, and then perhaps make one really long 2-player experience that you could play with like a friend online or something. Or maybe you even make that one the short one. I don't know. Because this game it's just not where it needs to be for a single player experience. And that's a shame that 5 and 6 both feel the same way. And I don't want to harp on that because that's not the only thing wrong with the game. You know, it's honestly like the pacing is fine, and even the interweaving story plots is fine. Where the game suffers, you know, it's the incoherent storytelling too. That throws you off because, like, okay, full confession, full transparency. Like, I'm a very story heavy kind of guy. I come to play these games not only for the gameplay, but for the story. And I feel like the storytelling is so important in gaming for me. Other people, obviously, you don't really care much about the story, or maybe it's whatever, you take or leave it. But for me, if the story, if I don't feel invested in the story, then I'm not invested in the game. And if I'm not invested in the game, I start to question, why am I playing this? Why am I doing this? And it starts to feel like torture. So I think the incoherent storytelling is definitely a problem. I get what they were trying to do, and it's very ambitious, and I applaud them for trying it. They get points for trying. But to say that Capcom was taking a big swing on this game is kind of an understatement. It really is a huge, massive game. I mean, 3 full campaigns, 2-player co-op possible, and then 1 single-player campaign. And that single-player campaign was the best one. So, God, I wish I could have been in the room when they were developing the game. I wish I could have had a voice back then. When I was, what, in my 20s? Some 20-year-old gamer. No, for real, though. Like, I think that they could have, like, if somebody in the room at Capcom would have said, hey, why don't we just, like, focus on at least half of this, or more than half of this, being the single player experience. Maybe that was too late. Maybe the the Ada Wong campaign was an afterthought, and they'd already developed the game around 2-player co-op. Because that's, I think, the problem, is the focus on 2-player co-op. What else about this game? I do like the story with Simmons being the main bad guy and the development of the C virus and trying to uncover the mystery of like what's going on exactly with this worldwide threat and how the monsters are all kind of like how they all hatch from, you know, these infected that turn. It's cool. The cloning thing's cool. I like that. There's a lot of good ideas here, and I think it's executed fairly well as far as a story is concerned. Maybe they shouldn't have. I don't. Yeah, it's so hard to say. Because I get it, what you were trying to do, but if you don't execute it, like, perfectly, if you don't stick the landing on the interweaving thing, it's like, gets a little messy. Gets messy, and it leaves, you start to really wonder, what are they doing here? What's going on? Why am I slogging through this? Longest game in the franchise to date. I think it clocks in at like 26 hours. Let's see. If we do a math and say that each campaign is 6 hours. No, it's probably more like, let's see, I probably spent about an hour and 15 minutes on each campaign, or each chapter in the campaigns. So an hour 15 would be 1.25 times 3 campaigns. Oh no, sorry. 1.25 times 5 times 3 plus Ada's is like 4 hours. So it's about 23 hours. Yeah, that's a lot, dude. Like, you could play this, like, in other Resident Evil games, you can play like RE1 through 5's kind of long too. 5 was like 9 or 10 hours. But you can probably no, actually you could. RE5 is like 13, 14 hours. RE4 is actually really long too, at like 13, 14 hours. So you could probably play every game leading up to Resident Evil 4 twice with the amount of time that it takes to beat this game once if you're playing all the campaigns. That's a long freaking time, dude, for this payoff, for the, you know, the ultimate ending here. Let's see if we get a post-credits scene here. I have more thoughts. I'll share them once we're out of this. Including my my score of the game overall. Obviously, a lot went into the development of this game. Looking at the spill stain down here. I think I gotta find a better place to put my table, because this is like... That was kind of clumsy. That was an accident waiting to happen. Okay, here we go. Post credits. Yes. Maybe. Dun-dun-dun-dun. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Okay. Mm-hmm. Resident Evil 6. Okay. Earn a dog tag. Ada can now be used with the extra content. Oh, that's cool. The Mercenaries is actually kind of fun. I got a chance to play with that a little bit. That was good time. Oh, here we go. turn this up. There we go. Is that Jake? Who is that?
I believe we had a deal.
Apple? Yeah, it's definitely Jake.
Are you going to keep your promise?
Fair is fair, kid.
Maybe that was meant to be a lead into like Resident Evil 7. Perhaps the direction they would have gone with a 7. Had this been, well, successful, I don't think is fair, because it was successful. What I would be interested in is learning more about what Capcom found out about this game, or maybe the way it was received, or the feedback that they had gotten, or something that made them pivot to Resident Evil 7. Because, and I'm just gonna go up to the full screen now here. Resident Evil 7 obviously is a major course correction. It's no secret, everybody knows. But who was it, or what was it, that had them come back and say, okay, let's reel this in and let's come out with something that's a little more survival horror based, and let's tell a story that takes its time, you know, gives you a grander sense of world building, and not in the sense of like how this world was built, because this world was built very confusingly. We're going here, we're going there, we got to complete this plot, we got to do this, got to do that, and then you get one cohesive narrative at the end that you go, oh, okay, now I see, oh, yeah. But, you know, I'm not a real fan of that kind of stuff. I honestly, like, I hate flashbacks in movies, for example. Like, they're okay, but, like, I really just like to keep things moving, keeping it forward. And when you do a flashback, it kind of takes you out of the movie. I really do feel. So, like, flashbacks are, like, the worst. And this is kind of like flashback adjacent, to have you playing through a campaign and then having interweaving storylines, and then, oh, here comes Leon and Helena, and, you know, it's, oh, this is where they connect. Okay, fine, cool. That's a fun little gimmick. But if you're gonna do something like that, I think you'd try that with like a whole new franchise altogether. Don't swing for the fences like that on a big series like Resident Evil. And I think if you examine the time that this came out, the priority from Capcom was likely market share, and they'd probably seen the direction that gaming was going back in those days, 2012, 2013, and they probably figured they didn't want to miss the boat on that. And so, how do you take your biggest franchise at the time and make sure that it's lock and step with a lot of the other games that were coming out at that time? And I wish I had some examples in mind, but I'm sure if you look it up, you can find some. So couple that with the fact that what they'd done on Resident Evil 5 was successful. From a sales metric, it was extremely successful, more successful even than Resident Evil 4, which is hard to believe because Resident Evil 4 is the GOAT. So what kind of message do you think that sends, right, to Capcom? They figure we gotta We got to double down on this. And I think maybe ultimately, if like without having all the information, perhaps Capcom did a little bit of soul searching and figured, well, what is Resident Evil really, and what's gonna make sure that we have the fans returning to the series time and time again. And if you notice, since Resident Evil 6, they've done nothing but, like, I mean, hit it out of the park. I think the weakest release since Resident Evil 6 has been Resident Evil 3 Remake, with all due respect. It's a good game, but it's certainly the weakest, and it's short. It kind of feels like an extended DLC, but I digress. The point I'm trying to make here is that Resident Evil 6 was a fork in the road moment where Capcom had to take a hard look at the way that they were developing games, and also decide what do we want the soul of this franchise to be. And so I'm very happy and proud of every game that's come out since then. It's been awesome. And I'm excited that I'm done with RE6 now. It feels like a weight lifted off my chest because it's just such a hard game to get through. It is, man. It is. I mean, those campaigns, they're designed for two people. Whether you play, locally, which I don't know if that even is even a thing. I don't think you can play locally, but I think you have to do it online, to be honest. But yeah, just wow. So we're done. We're done with that. Now, when it comes to rating this game, I think just like with Resident Evil 5, it deserves two separate ratings. And I can only give you one rating because it's the version that I played. The two separate ratings that it deserves is a single player experience versus an online co-op experience. And depending on how you approach this game is likely how you would rate it. So that in mind, as a single player experience, this game is, I would say, a solid 6. And I know Resident Evil 6, give it a 6. Between this and Resident Evil 5, Resident Evil 5 was a little closer to Resident Evil 4 in terms of like how tight it was, and I did like the pacing of the storytelling a lot better in Resident Evil 5, and it did feel like with Resident Evil 5 and uncovering the origins of the T virus, the progenitor virus, Ouroboros, all that. I think overall the story is more important and integral to the soul or the backbone of the series, whereas Resident Evil 6 is kind of more like action and, oh, isn't this fun? All of your favorite characters in one game, bar a few. I mean, Jill's not in there, but I think it was meant to be in part a celebration of the series as well. So, that being said, I mean, the C virus doesn't really add any depth to the game, because from this point forward, it's not like we ever even go back to this. Like, the C virus just kind of becomes a thing of the past. No one's talking about it. And for that matter, the new character that they introduced, Jake, no one's talking about him. I mean, we haven't seen him since Resident Evil 6. So he was kind of a failed new character introduction. Like, they didn't do anything with it. I haven't seen a Jake. Have you seen a Jake? I don't see a Jake. So, yeah. Resident Evil 6 is a solid 6 out of 10. And as far as rankings in the entire series, we'll have to go through these again. I have a lot of time to think about them. So let's go from best to worst. Up to now. Best game. Still got to give it to Resident Evil 1 Remake. you know, Resident Evil 4 is an amazing game. It really is an amazing game. And it's, you know, it's the blueprint for what makes Resident Evil 2 Remake, Resident Evil 3 Remake, Resident Evil 4 Remake, and Requiem. It's the blueprint for what makes those games so amazing. And it was what set the tone for what they were trying to do with 5 and 6. They tried to replicate that, but then go bigger with the co-op. They blew it in my book, because I'm a single player experience kind of guy. So they blew it for me. Okay, so Resident Evil 1 Remake still is the best up till now. And the reason why is because, I mean, dude, it's like the genesis of the series, the entire series. We're talking about the T-Virus here. We're talking about the mansion, the Spencer Mansion, you know, Chris Redfield, Jill Valentine, the OG, triple OGs, man, the day oneers. It's like, boom, there you go. This is a better version of what was already a masterpiece. We're gonna make it even better and make this game so good that you'll forget all about the original. Is what they effectively did, and we have largely. So Resident Evil 1 Remake is still the best up to the games that I've played in order so far. Follow that up closely behind with Resident Evil 4. Resident Evil 4, I think I've already said my piece about it and how important it is and how amazing of a game it is. So Resident Evil 4, awesome. The next game is going to be Resident Evil 2 Original. That game, I mean, the remake is arguably, well, it is better. I mean, let's be honest. But if you're talking about from the original, pre-rendered, you know, tank controls, puzzle solving, critical thinking, slow pacing, ammo resource, basically a survival horror standpoint, Resident Evil 2 is amazing. The story, okay, so like, you know, the whole like Raccoon City thing that deepens the plot more. We learn about William Birkin, G-Virus. I mean, all those things, fantastic, amazing. Seeing William transform, the tragedy of Sherry Birkin, seeing her father go through this because her father was just an evil asshole, and her mother for that fact. And I'm actually excited and looking forward to revisiting Resident Evil 2 Remake, because that is one of my favorite games in the whole entire franchise. It's fantastic. And Resident Evil 2 Original obviously is the blueprint for that. So Resident Evil 2. Okay, then next I'm gonna have to give it up to Code Veronica. Code Veronica is another great game in the series. I'm glad that the rumor is that they're coming out with a remake, because I feel like of all the stories and of all the original games that you could do a remake for, I feel like Code Veronica deserves it. It really needs it, because if you remade it properly and if you fixed certain things with the tone, because some of it's kind of cheesy, especially with the Steve parts. I mean, Steve is the most annoying character in the whole series. Everyone knows that. And if they fix him, which I'm sure they will, and make him a lot more likable, he really is a very sympathetic character that you feel sorry for. And even with the original, like that sort of storytelling is that's good storytelling in my book. And I also loved the Alexia and Alfred Ashford storyline of the twins and how they were genetically created, and their relationship with their father, and the whole Antarctic base thing. Super cool. Two storylines that are interwoven. Now, see, that's how you do two separate storylines. Is like you have one story that you're telling, and then you have a completely separate story without them necessarily overlapping. That's how you do it. You don't have them overlap. You don't have players play through the same thing twice. You want them to have a completely different experience coming from both sides. So yeah, they did it very well. Back then on the Dreamcast, 2 discs. Cool. Very cool. That's how long the game was. They couldn't even store it all on one disc back then. Good game. Excellent game. Happy it's getting a remake. So that's Code Veronica 4, or Code Veronica in the 4th slot, I believe. Okay, so, or I think that's the 5th slot. The next one up after that is going to be Resident Evil Original. Okay. Why? Because that is how this whole series started. You go back and play it today, which, by the way, at the very beginning of my streaming journey, that was the first game that I ever played on stream. So, and on top of the fact that it was the first game I ever played on stream, I had never completed it before. So that was exciting. That was a big journey for me to take, and I love it. So I think now Resident Evil will always have a special place in my heart, the original, because it's the first game that I ever streamed live. It's fantastic, and the game itself is really good, really good. I see why it became the blueprint for the entire series. I see now why it captured such a wide audience, and so many people were begging for more. You know, so much so to the point that they came out with Resident Evil 2 just a few years later. And this would go on to be, you know, Capcom's kind of, you know, cash cow with the Resident Evil games, among other franchises, which are fantastic. But yeah, Resident Evil really did set the tone for the entire series. So much respect for that. Okay, now at this point, I think we're getting into the bad games, or at least what are bad games in my view. The strongest of the bad games would have to be Resident Evil 3. Nemesis. Okay, so Nemesis is still a really good game. It's fun to explore the map. I love going through and getting lost in the city. So obviously, I think the first 2/3 of the game are excellent, and then at some point when you start fighting Nemesis, it kind of goes off the rails a little bit for me, because some of the fights were a little gimmicky and they just seemed like it wasn't really clear cut exactly what you were trying to do. And I understand that I think the game was developed by a smaller studio. It wasn't developed by like the main studio, so it was kind of a side game that turned into a numbered sequel, and that has something to do with the way that things were contracted between Sony and Capcom. And that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. But Resident Evil 3 is just kind of okay. I love Nemesis, of course. Running away from Nemesis is always a lot of fun and scary. That's really cool. They nailed that. I love that mechanic. It was a little bit of a rehash of Mr. X from Resident Evil 2, but very much more improved and way scarier. Way scarier. So I did like it a lot. Resident Evil 3 original Nemesis it's an okay game. It's, like I said, it's the best of the worst. Okay. Then I'm going to have to give it up to Resident Evil 5. Resident Evil 5 is where, for me, things went a little off the rails here. You had something really, really good with Resident Evil 4, and you tried and you did pretty good, but I think the co-op thing kind of just kills it for me. I just don't like having a partner around with me while I'm playing a single player experience. I just don't, because you're relying on the AI to know what to do and how to handle it. And honestly, that's kind of a concern for me going forward if they do decide to do a Resident Evil 5 remake. I don't know how you handle the well, actually, you know what? I take that back. The AI today compared to the AI back then is gotta be tremendously better. I mean, they're already incorporating AI into a lot of the development of the games now, and there's a whole controversy that we don't have to dive deep into, but something along the lines of like them using certain assets that are AI generated and people being up in arms. It's good that we have these guardrails in place, because I think that video games still need to be created by humans largely. I think you can use certain AI tools to help you, but I think that the direction, the story, the art, right, all of the music, all of that needs to be developed by humans. You can't have AI do it because it's not going to be as good. And it's just not going to be human, and it defeats the purpose of creativity and art if you have AI doing it. But anyways, I don't want to get too far into the weeds. The point I'm trying to make is I am concerned for Resident Evil 5 if they do a remake. I just want to make sure that they stick the landing on the AI for the single player experience, because if you don't make these single player experiences good for people who only play single player, you're basically marginalizing a lot of your player base. Because as much as co-op is cool and it's fun to have your friends that you can go and game with that are like down to do it and play a whole entire game with you, that's fine if you have that, but not everybody does. Some people, such as myself, gaming is a very solo individual experience. It's escapism for me. It's kind of like the same thing as like watching a good movie. That's why I'm so big into the storytelling aspects of these games. They have to stick the landing because that's what keeps me invested. Good storytelling. That's what keeps me going. And Resident Evil 5, on the note of story, it tells a good story. It does deepen the plot. The narrative is good. Sheva's a cool character. I like Sheva. I like Sheva and Chris together. That's cool. But again, you just have to, they didn't stick the landing on the execution. I think my problem too was that I was playing it on veteran mode, and that kind of screwed me up, because like maybe if I'd played it on normal, the AI being bad wouldn't have been so terrible. But the fact that I was playing on the hardest mode means that, like, you know, not only did I have to be on my A game, but it was kind of a game of chance as to whether or not Sheva was going to do the right thing or do what I needed her to do in the moment. Especially what comes to mind right now, what rises to the top, is that Wesker fight when you have to throw the missile at him. And he catches it, and then you got to run up and hit him. And then, dude, it gets messy really fast with the AI, like super messy. The other one is the other Wesker fight. I mean, I had to cheese it and just run for 7 minutes. I had to run away for 7 minutes from Wesker and Jill until the time expired, and then he disappears. Like, that's so cheesy. Like, I don't want to have to do that, you know? So that automatically just puts it into that category of like, okay, this freaking stinks. I hate this. Okay. The next game in the franchise that we have to go to for the bottom is going to be Resident Evil 6. That's where I'll replace this. So this isn't as bad as RE0 was, but yeah, it's not the best. And where Resident Evil 5 was bad, RE6 is worse. I really, really, really wish that the whole game was more like Ada Wong's campaign. I really do, because if they'd have made it all like Ada Wong's campaign, this could have easily been an 8 out of 10 game. This could have been easily one of the best in the whole series, even with its 20 plus hour total game time. Because it, you know, when you're playing just one player, there's balance to the amount of ammo that's dropped, because immediately, like, that fixes the problem. Like, I was always running out of ammo playing as Chris or Leon, or when I chose to play as Sherry over Jake, I just kept running out of ammo. And I think the reason for that is that the game is not balanced for single player. Ammo drop is not balanced for single player. And so, like, it's meant to be that, like, the other person that you're co-oping with, they are gonna have plenty of ammo and you're gonna have plenty of ammo, and it may not be an issue. And so there's all this stuff going on. And again, I'm assuming, because I don't know, I've never played co-op. That's my confession. And like, if you have played co-op and you're watching this and you enjoyed it, like, then that's great. I'm happy for you, because that's what gaming is about. It's supposed to be good experiences. So when you boot up the game, you feel good about what you're playing. And so I don't want to rehash everything I already talked about with this game, so you understand more or less my take on it. 6 out of 10. It's on the lower end. Okay. And now, with that being said, we got to bring it back around to the worst game in the series, and that is Resident Evil 0. Yes, Resident Evil 0 is, you know, it's another one of those games that, like, I really, really want to love it. I want to love this game because Resident Evil 0 on its face seems like an excellent concept and a very inventive way to play the game. And I understand that by this point you had already had 3 mainline games, including Code Veronica and the remake. So what, we'd have 5 games of the tank controls. Something had to give. They had to find a way to make this unique, and I'm sure that was the conversation at the time. There was the original N64 version that was being developed, and I would be interested to know if they had co-op in mind then as well, or not co-op, the Switch mechanic. See, they didn't even have co-op for this game. But, if they had the Switch mechanic nailed down. And this is another game that, again, I'm concerned with. Like, if they do a remake, how are you going to stick the landing? Because so far, every remake that has come out hasn't had anything to do with co-op. And if I was Capcom, I would be deathly afraid to touch co-op again with the way things have gone. From a review standpoint, people's personal takes on co-op as single player experience is just not good. It's not good. And so I think with good AI, you could fix that. With good AI, that problem could potentially go away. So, but this game, Resident Evil 0, getting back on track here, has nothing to do with co-op because it is a single player experience, and this was them. And maybe this was the problem. Maybe they realized that because things didn't work for Resident Evil 0, the fix is just to have another player playing with you. That's the fix. That's how you get 2 characters on screen and make it work. But it doesn't. It doesn't work for 5 and 6. And it was terrible. The worst for Resident Evil 0. The story is the strongest point of the game. The story is strong enough to keep you invested. At least it was for me. The puzzle solving is good. There was actually one puzzle in there that comes to mind that really had me thinking super hard about, like, how am I going to get through this? This is making sense to me. And so I was like, I sat there for 15, 20 minutes just trying to figure it out. It had to do with the statues. And you had to push the buttons in the correct order in order to unlock the gate. And so that was actually a really fun puzzle. That's one of my favorite things about Resident Evil games is puzzle solving. And we haven't seen too much of that since the early days. I wish they would inject more of that into the games. But it's fine that it's not. I get it. So Resident Evil 0, weakest in the franchise. So, I want to wrap up by basically saying that I'm grateful for this series. But more specifically, I am grateful for Resident Evil 6. And for me, ranking it the second worst in the entire series, right next to Resident Evil 0, there are things that I took away from this game that, had I not had this experience, I don't think I would be where I'm at right now. I'm in a place now where I've unlocked something. I've unlocked something in my brain that, is kind of an aha moment of, these games, good or bad, are meant to be enjoyed. They're meant to be enjoyed. And so, if you can find a way, or I should say, if I can find a way to pull enjoyment out of a bad experience, right? If you want to call it that, maybe a bad game, good experience, right? Turn it on its head, because we as gamers, we have the power to have a good experience regardless of the game. And if the game is that bad, then maybe that's one of those games that you kind of just shy away. But one could argue, like, so like, for example, there are streamers out there, like Vine Sauce comes to mind, who literally go out of their way to play these terrible games, and they have a great experience because they understand what they're getting into. They know the assignment. They boot up the game, and it's all jokes. It's all good time, and he's there with his, during live stream and capturing all of this, and it's great. That's the beauty of it. And so when you kind of have that aha moment of like, oh, that's the point, is that like I'm meant to experience these games and share that experience with others, so we can connect, we can make those deep connections with these games. But how I connect with these games is important, because I know that I'm the kind of person who's story driven, and so I'm all about the experience, the cinematics. And it doesn't mean that it has to necessarily be this like cinematic experience, but just that the lore is deep, the character development is there, the franchise is notable. Doesn't have to be, though. It could be an indie game that really pulls at you, right? I was playing a little bit at one point, Signalis. I actually want to get back into that at some point in time. Maybe I'll wrap up the stream, because storytelling is very strong in that game, and that's an indie game that was developed by 2 people. So yeah, it doesn't necessarily have to be an established franchise or come from a gigantic studio. It could be an indie game, as long as the storytelling is there. That's the most important thing. So that's what this experience has brought me. Resident Evil 6 has helped me discover that you can have a good time if you just get out of your own way. Stop expecting the game to give you some sort of specific experience, and enjoy it for what it gives you. Whether you actually like the game or not, enjoy it for what it's giving you, because you are having a moment, you are having an experience. Even if it's not perfectly exactly the kind of experience that you want, you're having one all the same. You paid for the game, you booted it up, you're playing it, you're live streaming or you're not, you're playing by yourself in your room or in your living room or with friends locally, whatever. You don't have to stream. The point is that you've chosen this game, you're invested in it, and you allow yourself to experience it. And so that's what I've come to find, and I finally found it. So now there'll be a lot more intention behind these streams. Again, not to say that there wasn't before, but now I understand my purpose with all of this. So I'm very grateful to Resident Evil 6 because it helped me uncover that. It helped me realize that. So with that, I think I'm done talking about the game and the series and the franchise itself. If you've watched this long, man, you're a champion. Wow, thank you. Thank you for watching this. It's been a journey. And I'm excited to boot up the next game on the next live stream, whenever that may be. Schedule's been kind of wonky, all over the place. I kind of basically just go online when I can, when I find the time. And that just has to do with, a very busy personal life. But I'm still in it. I'm still in it to win it. I'm dedicated because this is my personal freedom and self-expression, is to go online and stream. So I'm excited to see what that's going to eventually become. Lots of good clips have come out of this. Oh, that's the other thing I got to say before I leave, is that I'm grateful to Resident Evil 6 because it's teaching me how to clip. And I've actually been getting a lot more hits on the clips than the actual live streams themselves. So, if you're the kind of person who's actually found your way to these live streams or these VODs via clips, thank you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. And hopefully you and we can vibe and connect one of these times when I actually go live. So anyways, on that note, I'm going to get going. Thank you everyone for watching. This was Resident Evil 6, Ada Wong's campaign review of the entire series and Resident Evil 6. I hope you've had fun. I sure have.